Again, we're running around on Apocalypse difficulty. Got to make sure whatever I'm doing works on the highest levels, or else it's like, what's the point? At least to me. I know some people are like, yeah, nah. You can have your Apocalypse and enjoy, have fun. But I don't know. Too many benefits to running around on Apocalypse. I can't do any level below. Like I never like the amount of money I come back with. You're not really getting the best drops. And you just have more of a chance to run into the aberrations. Like the aberrations rarely, you don't see as much of them on the lower difficulty levels. So if you're looking for certain mutators, you kind of want to be on Apocalypse. So while you're on Apocalypse, you want to make sure what you're doing is going to, one, do enough damage, and two, be viable in terms of, I don't want to have to be the best Remnant 2 player that ever played to like do something. Like some builds that I see out there, I'm like, yeah, but you could do it that way, but kind of a glass cannon now, though. Every hit you take is going to kill you. Yeah, I try to avoid that kind of stuff. I want people to feel protected, feel like, yeah, no, I can run around and feel confident. Feel comfortable that we can take this boss on, solo or in groups. By the way, engineer is your main. It has to be some of the most fun I've had in a while. Like the overclocking thing, I didn't really understand it like that. I was like, I don't know, but like, no. You basically can set it up where you damn near have infinite ammo with your turret. If you can get the overclock going for long enough, that right there takes care of everything. You can clear out rooms. And by the time the overclock is done, the regular turret is still doing good damage. And it's still just going to be, like, more often than not, like right now, it's like, okay, let me pack it up. By the time I put it back down, it's going to be time for overclock again. Like, you can do it where you're almost never using the actual ammo in the turret. It's always overclocking, and, you know, that basically means an infinite ammo, increased fire rate, and increased damage for however long it lasts. And the way I have it right now, my overclock lasted maybe a minute, maybe more. I can't remember if I think I took something. Oh yeah, I had the legacy protocol on. I took that off for the extra skill damage. So it might not be going as long, but it's still going like long enough where there's plenty of time. Oh shit. By the way, curious if you guys have any of you made your way over to Helldivers 2 yet. If you've tried out the game. I am strongly thinking about bringing that game to the channel. I've been hearing some good things about it. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, yeah, I've heard these things before, but I need to really be sure this time. I'm like kind of off of the whole, like, okay, I need to play every game that everyone says is like, and then you play and it's like, no, but this game sucks though. Like, I don't know if you guys know, I still have Callisto Protocol in my drawer over here. Never opened it. Callisto Protocol. I probably should just send it back. But that's always like my symbol of like, no, just wait. I don't care what it sounds like. It always sounds like it's going to be the next greatest thing. It always does. I'm like, no, this time for once, I'm actually going to hang back and wait and see what people say. I don't feel like I need to. I don't want to be one of those. And there's nothing wrong with being one of those YouTube channels that like always playing the latest game and has to. I need. See, everyone needs to. I realize like, no, I don't need to do that. I used to think that way, but now I'm like, no, I'm just gonna, cause I've never been that kind of gamer anyway. Oh shit, I'm always the kind of person that. There'll be maybe 2 games, but really 1 game that I'm just sinking most of my time into. I was out like that with Outriders, really was like that with the Division, or the Division 2. But I remember at those times I was like, oh, but I gotta play Wolong also, and I gotta play Redfall, and I gotta play this game and that game, and every game that comes out, yeah, I gotta go play that. Nah, man, no. I started deciding like, no, not gonna do that. Anyway, but I say all that to say that Helldivers might be, for the first time in a while, it might be bringing a new game to the channel. I like the idea of co-op and all this kind of stuff, and I even heard it being said that this game gives strong Outriders vibes, which, you know, my ears perked up when I heard that one. I was like, okay, But again, just like with Remnant from the Ashes, and shout out to Uno M, he was like one of the main people that were like, yeah, no, you got to play Remnant from the Ashes. Because at the time, I had similar questions, and I was asking you guys, I'm looking for something new. What do you guys think? And a couple of people were like, Remnant from the Ashes. And at the time, I was like, I've never heard of that. What is that? I've never heard of this game. Boy, we've come a long way. Oh, asshole. But yeah, Remnant from the, like, this whole thing I've been playing all this stuff, this was off of you guys recommending it months ago, where I was asking, like, at the time, you know, yeah, same thing, Outriders. I was like, okay, I still love the game, just like with this, I still love the game, but sometimes it's like, okay, you know, I've attacked this game from every angle I can think of. I think it's time to move on, you know. So yeah, Helldivers definitely looks like it has that kind of potential. You know, one thing I was thinking about too, like looking at those things and thinking about the summons, and also thinking about the new classes. One, and I said this last week, I'm not even sure, like, where could we be going with these new classes, these new archetypes? I have no idea. But then I'm also thinking we could just try to give more love to the archetypes that we already have. Maybe we get like one new skill per class or something, a fourth skill that we could choose. I think that would be dope. And with that, with the summoner, I want to be able to summon those green frog things from Blossom, from the DLC. I want to be able to deploy those the same way I can deploy the flyers and the little rolling minion things, or the Reaver, the big dude. Yeah, we should add those ones to the list. And give me the blue ones. I want the blue ones. Let me, like, terrorize the enemies and see how they like it. Like, the engineer could get some different kind of turret. Like, more of like a laser beam kind of thing. I think that would be cool. Challenger gets some, like, melee specific kind of thing where you do this skill, like, all your melee hits are, like, double damage or something like that. Like, I think every class you could have or introduce one new skill, and I feel like that would keep people busy and satisfied for a while, actually. That's basically 12 new skills. Maybe they are working on something like that, but I don't know. I just think that would be a dope idea. Now, I'll take the new archetype classes. But I'm also like, yeah, but you could also, like the Explorer. The Explorer is screaming for, like, a real skill. The Explorer class needs some love. Needs some real skills you can use that actually, like, maybe, like, a damaging skill of some kind. I don't know. Why are you giving me two of these things? You have a visitor. Who's here? Oh, and you're a detonate? Damn. Me and a friend of mine, we're always debating which affixes are the worst ones. No! Oh! God! I'm not even going to make an excuse on that. But, yeah, no, for a while, he was saying empathy was the worst one. Just because he's like, yeah, but they heal themselves. Or, no, every time you heal yourself, they heal. But I would always be like, yeah, but you can figure ways around that. You can heal yourself in other ways where they won't get the healing. The ones that bother me the most are Trapper, where you get that shit under you every time you roll. The Waller ones I don't like. I don't like... I had one that was a combination of vicious and spiteful. Which to me is just, like, why? Why would you be both of those? Like, I think spiteful is the more health you take from them, the more damage they're doing. I think that's the way to describe it. Like, as their health goes lower and lower and you're, like, almost killing, like, that's when they're at their most dangerous. Versus, I think vicious, they're just doing, like, 20% more damage at 40. I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are, but either way, that combination, I was like, oh my god. And it was a tough boss, too. That was already a headache. Matter of fact, it might have been Shahala or something. The Rude. World boss with that. I also don't like seeing Drain. That's basically the enemy having lifesteal. Fuck that. No, I think there are worse ones than Empathy. Although, I don't know. You guys let me know if there's one in particular that you really don't like seeing. Like the, what's the one? The Storm one where they call down the lightning? That's also very annoying. Or the cubes. The only way to even deal with those is you have to be diving towards the center of the cubes. Because the cubes, they emanate outward. So you could do it in a way where you avoid them altogether, but you got to be nice with it. And it also depends on which aberration you're fighting. So some of them, you can be like, okay, that's a great plan, but it's not going to work here, though. Because those cubes, yeah, you get caught in the cubes. That's pretty much it. That's like one-shot nonsense. Oh, the Hexer. I think the Hexer might be the worst one out of all of them. The Hexer is just chaos. They're just just shooting. Like, in addition to whatever they're doing, because it's not like they're not doing their usual attack, but then on top of it, they're just shooting all kinds of just fire hex balls at you that you also have to maneuver and dodge. Fuck all of that. I do have to look up what's the difference between, like, the Skull Crusher and the Vicious. I don't know what the difference is.